race. Or the race
Talladega 500.
Man, see if I got any cool hats. What?
Bro, that's so stupid. I can't delete the other one.
Wait.
Oh, dude. Boys behind you is gonna be a hot pursuit.
Kia boys.
I'm a Kia boy.
You're a what?
A Kia boy.
You drive a Kia?
No, I steal Kias.
Background.
Yeah, that was me. I turned it
hold
off.
on, bro. Where's my earrings at?
Earrings? Oh, what the? Why do you look like a young boy? What the fuck? With a beard though.
Young boy.
Boys behind you is gonna be a hot pursuit. Alright.
You got me on me. Look like young boy.
A white young boy with a
I
beard.
got the True Religion pants on. Air Force Ones. Let's get a fit check.
Those are
Come
some
on.
fake ass Air Force Ones, bro. Those are like the Puma ones.
The Puma ones.
Alright, where's it at? Self-promo. We already got 10 in here.
Do we really?
You know what it is.
Alright.
Yeah, Wes might just need to mute. Wes can be asking any questions.
Yeah.
Alright. That's his like mic or whatever. I remember my mic used to use like the same. Well, it wasn't even mic. I literally used like Apple headphones to speak to my friends. I didn't even have like an actual headset, so it'd make like this like no noise before I got to speak. I don't know how my friends were able to do it.
I hold up. We're gonna be starting pretty soon.
Oh, see us.
Where's it at? There we go. Alright, West, you're doing first, and then third, and then so on.
Alright, so firstly, who are you in the community?
I guess I'll start. I started off as a gamer tag called I Don't Mod X. That's where I was first known in the military community. On that tag, or on that PSN tag, I joined a crew called JSOC, trained most of their members, including guys like Unknown Risk, Glenwood, Realm of Madness, Unknown Strike, even Jeremy Preston himself. That kind of stemmed down to guys like Ali, Coffee, Jaw, and so on and so forth. JSOC was a crew back in the day, 2015. We beat big crews like GFRA, TACT, Delta. We basically made crews like Foolish, and we see a lot of crews. To be honest, it was so long ago. That was like 7 years ago. From that crew, I joined a crew called Diamond Dogs, DDAS, and that crew is about 40 members deep, and I trained their guys, brought in some of my own guys, and that's how I kind of made my intro here. I guess I'm most known for my beef with White Rose or Roz and Seal, and I guess I'm known for a couple other things, but I guess what I'm known for, or what I want to be known for, is just someone who played the game the right way and advocated for fair play. What was that?
Alright, well, I guess that also takes the other question, so West asked the third question.
Alright, so what was your first good crew?
First good crew was a crew called ODGC. That was back in 2014. That was when I wasn't even known in the community. ODGC, I met a guy named Astra TV, and he was the guy who really brought me into the military community. ODGC was about 20 to 30 members deep, and we basically came from like a roleplay community, and we formed like a military crew, and we fought Overload, we fought GFRA, we fought UKRC. We've fought a bunch of crews that were in the community, and I would say that was probably my first good crew.
Alright, so what was your least favorite crew?
Least favorite. I would say ASOA because I wasn't in there long, and I was only in there for maybe 6 months. Did maybe a couple CVCs, and that's when me and Jeremy Preston had a falling out, and that was probably my least favorite crew because I did the least with them.
Alright.
Okay. What do you think the state of the community right now?
To be honest, I haven't. I'm still not aware of all the crews in the community. So I would say right now there are a lot of crews, but there's not a lot of activity. But my crew, Tiger PMC, is looking to change that, and we're looking to bring something new to the community. I'm not really going to reveal what it is. Archie, you kind of have an idea of what it is, but I really kind of don't want to make it known because of the fact that I feel like it shouldn't be known yet, especially since it's not completely organized. But regardless, I think the community's in the same place it was in 2019 with, you know, the whole Discord culture, people talking shit to each other, crews jumping other crews. There isn't as much booting, I guess. Maybe a little bit less for the same amount. But I would say the community's in the same place it was in 2019, 2020. I don't think it's really changed that much since then. But again, I've only been back in the community for like 9 days, so I don't really know what's going on between all these crews. You know, I just discovered new crews today, crews like GOAX, TSOA, crews that I've never heard of before until like yesterday. So I'm still, I guess, rediscovering the community in a new sense. I know there's new crews out there like BLSF who've brought a lot of new members to the community. I know crews like Task have kind of made their impact over the last year. CTMY's been around since what, 2019, Grant? 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they've been around and they've stuck around, so I don't really know what they've been doing. Again, I haven't really been keeping up to date on the military community. I kind of joined back on a whim. It was just by chance. It wasn't like it was planned.
Well, in that case, how long do you plan on staying in the community?
I don't know. That's something that I can't answer you. I think that I plan to stay. I can't tell you how long. I guess until I'm through playing video games. Maybe I would say the most, maybe another year, and then I'll be done. But by that time, I think everyone will be done.
Alright.
In my opinion, I would say either 2014 or 2015. And the reason why is because there's a lot of activity. There definitely was not as much booting. I mean, in 2015, the most known booters were like Enhanced Ninja, or Ryan Botsko. But even then, when we CVC'd Enhanced Ninja, he never booted me. He didn't really boot a lot. I mean, I think other people can speak differently, but again, this is just from my experience. So I'd say in 2014, 2015, that's when I was the most active, and that's when the military community was the most active.
In that case, what do you think the worst year of the community was?
Probably 2020.
Yeah.
2020, I would say. Obviously, Rouse was coming to an end, and I thought so was the military community. We tried to enforce a new set of rules, and I guess a lot of people were. It was a big power struggle since Rouse was no longer in the community, and they didn't have like as much of an impact. I felt like other crews were trying to step in and take their place. When I was just kind of sitting back and saying, well, you never fought against Roz before. You never advocated for no booting. You've never done anything to try to change the community. But once they're gone, here you are. And that was my outlook on it. And I was planning to leave anyway because it had gotten to a point for me where I was only getting on the game purely out of ego.
You had an ego?
I think everyone does, to a degree.
I think he liked that.
I think everyone does. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But I think everyone does to a degree.
Why would you say that? I've seen people
Well, nobody
who
really
don't talk at all.
I mean, well, such as who?
some people in my crew even, like, they really just don't even care.
Well, I'm talking about the top players, the top
Oh,
10%
yeah.
of the community. And I would say all of them have egos, and I was definitely in that top 10%. And I felt like at one point or another, well, not at one point or another, I felt like at every point in time, people were always coming for my neck, and people were always, I guess, trying to test me. So I felt like I had to beat whoever I needed to beat to just solidify my place. I always felt like back then I always felt like I had something to prove, and regardless of how many people I beat, I still wanted to beat more crews, beat more people, and that was that. But yeah, I guess I realized that I wasn't even playing the game for fun anymore, and that's why I kind of left and found other games that were fun. Played those games for a while, but now I'm back. I'm back with a whole new outlook. I'm coming back without an ego. I don't really mind if I like. People seem to think that you know I guess I'm afraid of losing, or people are afraid of losing. I've lost before. Back in 2014, 2015, I've lost CVCs against Overload. I've lost CVCs, against other crews when I was in OGGC. I've lost CVCs before. I've lost RNG CVCs. I've been in free mode CVCs where my crew's been on the receiving end. So I think it's a misinterpretation to say that I'm afraid of losing and my ego keeps me afraid of losing. But I think at the end of the day, I don't really mind losing. It doesn't matter who to or when. At the end of the day, it's just a game, and I really don't want. I didn't come back with the intention of starting any drama or rehashing the past. Even crews that don't like me, crews like Task, maybe certain people in TSOA, certain people in SEAL, certain people in BLSF. I'm just not going to really pay much attention to them and try not to engage in any talks with them. If they want to squash their, I guess, beef with me, then I'm open to it. Like I joined TPMC back, and I knew that Adrian was in there. I knew me and him had beef, and we squashed it like that. We just let all of it go. Same thing with Rock or Lewis. Him and I definitely had beef back in 2019, 2020, and we squashed that. Even someone like Redacted, I just told him, I'm like, listen, I don't want any more toxicity from your end. I just don't need that right now. He's like, fine. I'm like, okay, cool, we're good. We're not going to be friends at the end of the day, but we'll just go our separate ways and just call a truce. So, at the end of the day, I'm just here to help my own crew and try to leave as much of an impact on other crews. I want to reach out and help other crews as well. That's my goal.
Of course. Well, that was one of our questions. What was your favorite beef?
Favorite beef?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a difference between beef and drama, right? People can say I had beef with Roz. No, it wasn't beef. Beef is like when you're at war with a crew, and it's nothing more than that. So for me, it was probably my beef with Overload or my beef with GFRA. When JSOC beat GFRA, it basically shook up the community. JSOC was the new top dog, because GFRA, especially when Overload was absent at that time, GFRA was looking to take over, and then JSOC kind of stepped in, and with my help when I trained JSOC for about 6 months, it kind of prepared the players more for GFRA style of play, and we were able to get better and get the better of them, and that's how we won.
What started that beef? Was it just power?
Part of it was power, and part of it there was a guy with GFRA who his name was Criminals or Landon, and he had an ego. He was the guy that I was in Overload with, and he jumped 5 JSOC members, kind of brought GFRA and JSOC, pitted us against each other, and that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But and then there was a power struggle, because before that, JSOC and GFRA were in the same coalition together, along with like 3 or 4 other crews. But I think, yes, it was mainly for a power struggle. Two biggest dogs on the block, 2 toughest kids on the block, eventually are going to fight. Simple as that.
Alright. Who was the person who is the person that you have the most respect for in the community? They could have already left, all time.
Oh, that's easy. Realm of Madness, easy. No doubt. And the reason why I say that is because I've known him since 2015. There have been people who have turned against me, people that I've trained, people who I've never had respect for in the first place. I won't name who because I'm pretty sure that's under the question. But the reason why I have so much respect for Realm is he's stuck with me for the 7 years that I've known him. We've had disagreements, we've had arguments, but not once did that kid ever turn against me. You know, he's the closest friend I've had in this community. I've even met him in real life. Like I went down to Florida to stay with family, and he was 30 minutes away from me, and I saw him. I met his family, and overall, solid kid in the community. Plays fair, advocates for fair play. He gets into his fair share of beefs, but I feel like he doesn't take it out of game, and he has a lot of integrity. I feel like he probably has an even amount of integrity as I do, if not more. So I have a lot of respect for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, like you said earlier, who's the person you have the least amount of respect for?
Well, that's interesting, right? Because least amount of respect, like people might say, like Walt. I've had, there was drama between me and Walt, but I feel like there was a time where I respected Walt more than I respected Jeremy Preston, because while Walt was booting people, he was being upfront about it, and when Jeremy booted people, he lied about it. So I feel like it's not who, but it's the type of people that I have the least respect for. So the type of people that I have the least respect for are those who boot, those who dox, those who get personal with people, for no reason. I mean, I owe my perspective a little bit, because what I learned is that some people booted purely out of defense, and while I didn't completely agree with it, I understood, and I could empathize with that. But I would say those who, there was a time where I didn't like Grom. Like me and Grom and I like squashed our beef, but there was a time where I had absolutely no respect for him, the way he carried himself, and the way that he booted people for no reason. And then like I heard his story about like how he used to be booted, and I'm just like, listen, I can empathize with that. The fact that you became a booter because you were booted, but the fact that you became what you hated the most, and not only that, but you did it. You were acting on pure impulse and just not acting maturely at all. It just makes me, have no respect for you in the end.
So, just people who booted, like that's really just it, or got personal?
Yeah, the type of people who do those kinds of things, I would say I have the least respect for. What about you, Grant? Grant? Oh, he's gone.
Alright.
See what he drinks. You want to be a silent guest?
Nah, I'm right here. What's up?
Oh,
I said. So for you, who do you have the least respect for in this community? I would say currently.
Oh, word. I'm gonna be honest. Man, I don't really dislike anyone though. I just think some people are just retarded and stuff. Like, nah, they don't even deserve to be mentioned. Hell nah. So like, there's just like, a couple crews, the only ones that stand and stuff. Some of them, have the big old lying ego. Everything has to be right, stuff like that. Certain people I'm talking about.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Like you could be like GG and they won't me say anything back. That would be weird. Constantly like trying to get into your IRL life and stuff like that. Those are the type of people that I dislike the most. And like I said, I don't really care. Like, shit, I don't even know. Like, I don't really care about like people doing what they're doing, because they don't really do anything towards me or anything like that besides make like little fake accounts and stuff. But that's it.
Yeah, with that YouTube account. Do you know who that was, by the way?
I think it was like Raza or someone, bro. They've been doing that forever though. They do that to everyone that they love, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that, but oh well. I'll take us on to the next question.
Alright. What do you see in TPMC's future?
I see a lot of good things. I think there's a good core group of guys. I mean, myself, Adrian, Lars, Andrew, Rame, up by 1LZ. He's a OG member of the military community. There's a guy, Visions. His old gamer tag was Overload Reflex. Real good player. You remember him? He was a real good player.
Yeah.
We're bringing in we're trying to public lobby recruit and bring in new members, and so there's a good core group of guys there, and also Gore's also in there, but we have a good group of guys there, and we're just looking to build, and I think there's a good future for TPMC. I think that we're really trying to do good for the community.
What about you, Grant? What do you see in CTMI's future?
Bro, honestly, like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, we're like the chillest crew, like, when it comes to, like, just us and stuff. Obviously people talk crap, and then we smack them, and then they get mad, and then they start talking all this crap. Oh, you CTMY weirdos. Nah, we don't do nothing weird, bro. We're all from, like, Cali and stuff. So, like, we be chilling a lot. And, I'm not gonna lie, yesterday we were just, chilling, driving cars around, like Chargers and stuff, and then we went to the strip club, then the casino. We're just messing around, and then we were doing like little Milsom, having little shootouts against each other. Yeah, we'd be messing around like that. Like, we actually like enjoy the game. We don't come on the game and just like, oh yeah, are you ready to go be weird in the Discord and be a little warrior in there? Like, hell nah, we don't care about that stuff. A lot of us have more IRL stuff to do anyways, and like, yeah, I mean, what we've been doing is just chilling. Like, before we even came back to GTA, we were like on COD and stuff and Modern Warfare, just having a cool ass time on there. You know, like, we have a group chat. We're the type of crew, we have a group chat with all of our phone numbers and stuff. Like, we could text each other, call each other, because like we only live like an hour or 3 hours away from each other. Like, that's mainly everyone in the crew.
Do you purposely do
then
that?
we have a little East
Like,
Coast people.
The crew
Yeah,
people?
because like we're all chill. Like what do you mean?
Like, do you, like, were you guys like all friends before CTMI? Like,
No. Some of us, yeah, like CTMYxGrant, and then obviously Joel, my IRL friend. So we all have like this connection, and once like you hear like we're both from Cali or something like that, we're like, oh yeah, get this guy in the crew. We already know he's gonna be hella cool. Like, that's how we are. Or Texas, but like, and if they're Mexican, then we're like, bro, definitely get this guy in the crew. We already know he's gonna be loyal. Like, because those are our guys right there. Everyone in the crew is either Mexican, white, half and half. I don't know. We have everyone in the crew, bro. Just know, like, I don't think we have any foreigners though. We should. It would be kind of cool, but that's where all the snakes and stuff come from. But
what?
We have a few Canadians. One
oh yeah, bro. Definitely those people, bro. Oh my God, we gotta keep it Cali and Texas.
Pacifist, bro. What happened to him? He was Canadian.
Oh, Pacifist. Oh, what happened with Pacifist? Alright. That's a big old situation, bro. There's all kinds of stuff going on with Pacifists and stuff like that. I don't want to talk on that because that chat's about to go wild if I start talking about that. It's just kind of funny though. But nah, Exile, I don't mean I beef with you, fool. You're crazy.
Yeah, man, why are you talking like that?
Bro, I'm hella chilling right now. Hold on. I'm reading the chat.
You had like what, 4
I'm friends
shots?
with everyone, maybe.
Yeah,
What
but
is T-Dog?
T-Dog.
don't worry about it. He's so I sent. So I'm actually I'm in talks with like this Milsom crew. I've been doing like I'm in their crew like on another account, and they're really the thing that I like about Milsom crews, which is why like I talk with them a lot, is I think that's pretty rare to find. I think it's pretty rare to find, and I think to be honest, that's something that I kind of respect about ATFO, right? So ATFO clearly they were not built for CVCs or PvP. They were not, especially without the help of VF for one. So they played it smart and they switched to Milsom, posted a bunch of cinematics and got, really, really known that way. And I used to think that was I guess a pathetic option. Yeah, I used to think that back in like 2017, maybe 2018. I thought, they're not good enough for the PvP military community, so they switched to Milsom. But no, I think it changed my mind. I think that it's a good move, especially if you want a lot more activity. you know, without the stress of getting jumped or whatever. I mean, there's always going to be people who try to jump you, but at the end of the day, I feel like activity in a crew is the most important thing. You know, it's the most important component that keeps a crew running is the activity. Doesn't matter how many crews you beat or how many crews you lose to, as long as your activity is on par, your crew will be doing just fine.
Hey, how we go back to 2 viewers, bro? We're just at like 19. What the hell?
I don't know. People come and go. I'm not really. I'm not. You know, I don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many people. It doesn't matter how many people watch it. It's okay.
Elson Ren said, "You're the one, Sam." I don't really know what that means.
It's an inside joke. It's funny. It's an inside funny joke.
Oh
yeah, El Sonorance is back. El Sonorance is in TPMC too. He joined our crew, so it's good to have him. Yeah, it's good to have him in our crew. He's a good.
Who's all in your crews? You got any like most of the OGs or what?
Mostly OGs, yes. Mostly OGs in the crew, and then some new members who, like, I guess probably nobody knows because they're new.
Oh yeah. Well, who's your guys' like enemies or allies?
We don't really have enemies right now. I mean, we've CVC'd Pure SA. They're going to be an ally of ours. We CVC RF1. They're going to be an ally of ours. We were planning to make more allies than enemies. To be honest, we're trying to form more of a coalition where crews can be friendly with one another, but also CVC each other. And there are certain crews that I'm leaving out of that, and there's certain crews that I'm including in that.
Yeah. I think CTMY, I think we're going to be like leaving pretty soon. Because a lot of people are like getting over and stuff like that, and they don't really. I don't know.
No, yeah, I mean, I barely have time to get on. Like in like 2 hours, I go back to fight camp. So you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Fight camp.
Fight camp. So I'm in camp for a fight. No, I'm a Muay Thai fighter.
Oh.
Oh, when's your match?
When is it? It's the end of August. We haven't got like an exact date yet for some reason, but.
You gotta shoot the link to the video, bro.
I don't think they stream it. It's not really like it's not held by like a big organization. It's just an amateur fight. I'm not a pro. I'm just starting out.
Hey, it all starts somewhere though.
Yeah, man. I mean, I started Muay Thai a year ago, and I just fell in love with it. It's really fun. I like it. And it's really competitive.
Yeah.
Anyway, so on to the next question. If there is a next question.
Well, yeah, there is. But first, BLSF asked, "What makes a military crew a tryhard?" Don't really know.
I guess I think there's many things that make a military crew a tryhard. Actually, it's not many. I think it's just 2 things: the way they play and the way they act. Simple as that.
Alright, that's pretty simple. Alright, so we got alright. In case anybody hasn't seen your video, what's up with this Talladega race?
Oh yeah. So I wanted to organize something in the community where all crew leaders and maybe their higher ups could join like a big ass race. Winner gets like a bit like a cash prize. Everyone puts in maybe $2 to $5. I mean, if you can't, I can foresee something happening where someone refuses to pay. But if that's I guess the problem, then there won't be a cash prize if people can't pay. But I'm willing to put in $5 under my name, and we'll do like a big ass race and try to have at least 15 people in there.
Is there any crews you have in mind?
Unfortunately, I haven't got any. Sorry. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten any responses, but yeah. Hopefully, people message me and we can get something organized.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Doesn't really matter actually. Let me check. Alright. I guess earlier you said you might not want to answer this question, but what do you see in the coalition's future?
I don't know. I can't predict that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't predict that. I take it day by day. So right now I can't predict that. But hopefully in our future we have a lot of activity and we and everyone gets along. We have events, we have crew trainings, we do. So hopefully, I can get some. We can learn a little bit from each other. Milsim crews can learn from us. We can learn from Milsims, stuff like that, and hopefully all is well and all is okay.
Alright. Let me check real quick. What the fuck? Alright. What do you see in the community's future? Like, as a whole?
I think that depends on what people do. So it's interesting, right? So a lot of people tend to say that the community is dead or it's dying. And the blame is always shifted to everybody except the people saying it. You know, it's shifted towards booters or tryhards or toxic individuals. And while those, I guess, while that blame can be somewhat accurate, those who are blaming others need to stop for a second and think, well, what am I doing to better the community? Am I recruiting for my crew, or am I just complaining about the lack of activity? Am I reaching out to other crews for alliances and coalitions, or am I just looking to jump and go to war with every military I encounter? Simple questions like these are ones that people in the community need to start thinking about. So I feel like if people stop and really take notice of like what they're doing in the community and maybe try to make some changes, then maybe we'll see a change. If not, then I think it'll just go to a downward spiral and it won't get any better.
Mm-hmm. So, actually, I do got a question. What's the story behind the wrench?
Oh no, so it was so me and my friends, right? So this is actually something that me and my real life friends had. So my friend Ross, so we had this kid in our friend group where we always like smelled like shit after playing basketball. And there's one time he goes, it's my friend Ross, because he goes, "Look at your stench," and we didn't understand what he said. And then we started making up rhymes. So I go, "Look at your wrench," and I was like, okay. So then I just started using the word wrench over any, like there was also like a wrench in GTA 5. I'm like, oh, the wrench. And every single time I'd 1v1 someone at the very end of a death match, I would go up to him and hit him with a wrench. And that's how the legend of the wrench was born.
Why no hammer? That's a shame.
Hammer's dead.
Past Wish, you're supposed to be asking questions for Sam and Grant, not me. Anyways, what about you, Grant? What do you see in the community's future?
I see. Honestly, I don't see nothing. Like, I don't see anywhere going anywhere. It's still console, same update. You can still do stuff with the crews and stuff. That was like Tiger, PMC, if they're gonna go out there and they're gonna go like recruit, get some new people in the community. Maybe they'll break off and then make their own crews. I don't know, starts like that, and then that's how communities like really form, just off of like little beef and stuff. But if people just keep doing their thing, then like there'll be a community. But if people don't really like have any respect for each other or even want to do anything, then there's not gonna be no community, and that's why crews shut down and stuff like that, because there's nothing to do and a lot of their members just get tired of it.
Alright.
Yeah, that's pretty much it on that.
Spam So Deadly asked if you are an active foo.
You ask stupid questions, you're being put in timeout.
Yeah, put them in timeout.
For the bad questions. We need some good questions.
Yeah. Alright, where's the questions at? Alright, here we go.
Yeah, it was an appropriate outfit.
What about you, Grant?
Oh, this shit's hard.
What was the first good crew you were in? Ew, what is that?
Oh, what do you mean, what is this, boy? This is like Delta Force, bro. What's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah,
this shit's fire. Shit's hard as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. The first crew. Oh, good crew? Oh, shit. Roz. They were good. Like, they were fun to be in, too. They were actually good. It's just that how they control things. They're very, like, controlling. But with booting, you know? I mean, if they just stuck with their members and stuff and didn't even bring all that stuff into it, like booting, doxing, and, like, getting leaders to shut down because they threatened them with that stuff, I mean, then, yeah, they would have been, like, that dominant crew, real dominant crew. But yeah, that was like one of the like best crews I've been in. Besides like other little crews that I've been in that would have probably whooped Roz, but that had nothing to do with the calm.
What about the worst crew you've ever been in, or just seen?
I've never been in a worse crew. Like after I left Roz, well, with my brother when we just left, like I made like a little group, never like put them out there, and we just went and we just helped other crews like fight and stuff. It's kind of like a little Delta Force thing, but I did that, and then one day I was like, you know what, let me just create CTMY. I didn't know what tag to put, I didn't know what name. Continental Army was taken, and I was like, damn. So I just went with Continental Military off of George Washington, the big G. So I made that, and then I started recruiting, and I waited like I think 2 months in order to like tell anyone about the crew. Like no one knew anything about CTMY because we kept it on the low. Because if you, everyone knows, and everyone still tries to make this stupid mistake, right? They like make a crew, they get like 5 people. Oh yeah, let's CVC these guys. Let's try to get a name, but that's not going to work because now these big crews are going to come after you because you just went after their ally or something. And then you're going to get smacked around, you're going to get jumped and everything, and now your reputation is terrible in the community. So like, we made just a crew, and then we kept it on the low, built it, got the high command first. That was the first thing we did.